Good morning. I'm here to ask you a few questions. Um, Feel free to add anything that you think is relevant.
Okay.
Briefly describe the students in this class, including those with special needs.
Alright, I have 28 students in my class. They are not as fast. I will classify them as slow learners. They
All 28?
about 60% or 70 are slow. They are not internally motivated. I would think that they don't see the need for education as much. You have to be constantly at them in order for them to grasp any concept that is being taught. They have reading problems. They need hands-on materials in order to learn.
Okay.
A few are auditory learners, but majority of the class is tactile. Yes. They don't follow instruction as well. Oh my God. I have to be constantly reinforcing, and that is a great problem because they don't reinforce at home.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. What are the goals for the lesson? What do you want the students to learn?
Alright, the goals for the lesson, I will be doing perimeter.
Okay.
I want them to define the term, know how to calculate properly, work with their pairs, identify different polygons.
Oh. So those are the goals.
Yes, basically.
They will define, calculate, work with pairs, and identify polygons. Why are these goals suitable for this group of children?
Well, calculation is a great problem with them. It's not that they don't know how to do it. I have a problem because they don't sit and do it well, because they are so in a hurry. You find out that this is affecting them. Um, they need to learn how to draw lines, be more accurate in things. So this topic, I think, would be ideal for getting across those things.
Okay. Drawing of lines and
Yes.
working with pairs.
Yeah.
How do these goals support the district's curriculum, state frameworks, and the content standards?
Because it is in our curriculum, it comes underneath measurement and geometry. That is how it supports it.
How do these goals relate to broader curriculum goals in the discipline as a whole or in other disciplines?
Well, it acts as a prerequisite the for when they go up to grade 5 and 6. It's a spiral curriculum, so whatever that they are taught here, when they go up to those grades, more will be added on. So right here it acts as a prerequisite.
Okay. How do you plan to engage students in the content? What will you do? What will the students do?
I plan to give them hands-on activities. I plan to give them post questions so that they can think with like the reading aspect of it. Give them questions that they have to read in order to gain information so that they can
have to read
things. Yes, they have to read in order to gain information to work out the problems and all of that.
Okay.
Yes.
What difficulties do students typically experience in this area? And how do you plan to anticipate these difficulties?
And the difficulties, as I said, calculation and reading. How to anticipate these difficulties. Always remembering them that they need to read in order to get this information. Always look carefully in order to see the numbers that they are calculating, stuff like that.
Okay, so they have to pay close attention.
Yes, because they are easily distracted, very easily distracted. I tell them as fly past the eye, they get distracted. So always calling them back, make sure that they are looking.
What instructional materials or other resources, if any, will you use?
I will use geoboards, rubber bands, rulers, because it's a part of geometry, you know, that calculation, those rubber bands, rulers.
How do you plan to assess students' achievement of the goals? What procedures will you use?
I plan to give them worksheet. I plan to use the environment, like the text that they have here, the books that they use, in order to give them, allow them to put into practice what they have learned. So for the perimeter, they use the books to find the perimeter of the sides and their text and stuff like that.
How do you plan to use the results of the assessment?
The results, I will see whether or not they were paying attention, who understood the concept that was taught, who are reading to understand also, because that is a great problem with them. So I will know where to move on, or if I need to reteach the concept.
Okay. Whether to move on or to reteach.
Alright, we have been doing polygons now for a little while. And what is a polygon? A polygon has sides, and they are classified according to the amount of sides that they have. Alright, so I have the amount of sides on the board. You have flashcards that tell what the name of that type of polygon, correct? Yes. So, 3 sides, a polygon with 3 sides. What is that polygon called? The person with that name come up and paste it on the board. Alright, is he correct?
Yes, miss.
Give him a clap. Very good. What about 4 sides? What is that called?
Quadrilateral.
Is she correct?
Yes, miss.
Next, 5 sides. Nobody have a 5-sided figure? Anybody know what a 5-sided figure is called? Talk loud.
Pentagon.
Pentagon. What the pentagon? Lorena. Come and paste it up here. Alright? Pentagon. 6 sides. What is a 6-sided figure called?
Hexagon.
Is he correct?
Yes, miss.
7 sides. What is it called?
Septagon.
Is she correct?
Yes, miss.
Alright. 8 sides. Wait, we have 2 persons has what?
Octagon.
Is that 8-sided figure called?
No
What is that 8-sided figure called?
Octagon.
Alright, so take down yours. So that means Shani don't remember what 8-sided figures are called. Alright? Octagon, give Antonia a tap. What about 9-sided figures? What is it called? Nonagon. Good. And the 10-sided figure is called a decagon. Alright, so let's call the words now.
Triangle, quadrilateral, pentagon, hexagon, centagon, octagon, nonagon, decagon.
Alright, decagon. Now, in front of you,
Yeah.
some groups have geoboards. They have geoboards, they have little pegs on them. Now, what I want you to do, be creative. I want you to make shapes with your geoboards and rubber bands. You did not get any? Don't fight over it, make shapes. Any shape you want. Alright. Very good. It's time to stretch. Alright. So we can tell you to turn, stop. Stop. We're going to tell you to chance to play with our geoboards, correct? And person made shapes. Like in this one, Dervin made a what? What shapes are these?
Quadrilateral and a triangle.
Alright, quadrilateral and a triangle. Very good. Now, I want you to take off the elastic band. And I am going to tell you what shape I want you to put to me. Take off the rubber band, Lucian, and alright? Now, I want you to make a quadrilateral. And the name of this quadrilateral is a rectangle. I want it to go over 3 of the pegs. 3 of the pegs. 3. I want you to only use 1 rubber band. 1 rubber band, 3 of the pegs. We know 3?
Yes.
1, 2, 3. I did not tell you how so like this. I want it to go 3. So we have 1, 2, 3. Yes, Donald, I am seeing what you are doing. Everybody is at that one? With that same rubber band. With that same rubber band, I want you to go stretch it down. Stretch it down to 2 pegs. Same rubber band, I want you to stretch it down to 2 pegs. Look at man. And how many rubber bands I use? One. Right? I use 1, 3 pegs across and 2 down. Everybody get that?
Yes.
Now the across has a name and the down it also has a name. Anybody knows the name? Anybody knows the name? Nobody, anybody, somebody? That means you're not listening.
Anybody know the name?
This tells the what? What shape is this? Pardon me? A rectangle is a part of the which family? Quadrilateral family, right? Now, this tells the length. So what does this tell? The what? Then talk up the man. The weight. Alright? Yes, man, the weight. So we have the length and the weight. Now, who can tell me how many pegs the rubber band touched?
6.
How many?
6.
Oh, you get this. Miss. We have many persons. Yes, Cremine?
3 at the top and 3 at the bottom.
3 at the top, 3 at the bottom. So in all, how many? 6?
Yes.
You sure?
Yes, miss.
Count your pegs and let me count mine. 1,
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
you sure say it's 6?
Yes. No. Yes. Only 6.
On the what? Okay, so it's my one wrong.
Yes.
You see, that is why we need to look and observe. Clap yourself for that. I like that. You see how I nearly catch you, but I don't catch you, don't I? Alright. Very good. So let's count our pegs again.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Very good. So, the total amount of pegs that the rubber band touch is 6. Now, who can tell me we just measured something? We measured all around our rectangle. Anybody know what when we measure all around something, we tell the what? It's a D word.
This
The what?
distance.
Give Marvel a clap. The distance around the what shape is this? Rectangle. Alright? So, who can tell me now what the word is called when we measure the distance around a shape? Anybody know it? Let's play hangman. Oh, you're too easy to give up, man. Oh my God. Easy to give out a letter. Yes? I. Alright. Very good. See, we look like him now got dead with true. Yes, group apple. A. No. Alright. Yes, grape. O.
No.
E. O. S. Star apple? S?
Wrong. See, Dana,
But you still have no more try.
Oh,
Yes? It's your turn. Come. C? No C. Yes? N? No N. Yes? Somebody said you. No you. P? Permitted. What is the word? So which letter we miss? M and T. Alright? So, perimeter is what? When we find what? The what? Distance around any what? Shape. Perimeter is when we find the distance around any shape. Alright, clap yourselves, man. You did well. Well, so alright, so we don't hand the man as yet. Now, I want you to make another shape on our gearboard. I want you with a one rubber band, not two, only one. With one rubber band, Donald, I want you to make a shape that has the length of it is 4 pegs. 4 pegs. The length, notice you know, I wrote length and width on the word. So only the length is 4 pegs. The length is 4 pegs. But me not tell you the next part yet. Alright? The width now is also 4 pegs. So I said 4 pegs. 4 pegs. Are we going to know the perimeter now? Peg. And how much you get?
16.
How much?
16.
Everybody get 16?
Yes,
You
miss.
sure?
Yes, miss.
Only the pegs that the rubber band touch.
This is 12.
You sure?
This is 12.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Mrs. Ford. 12, miss.
How much you get? You sure? Hello. Pause, Vico. All right. Okay. Now, each side has how many pegs? 4. How many? 4. And we remember we said it is the total distance around the shape. What type of shape is it? Alright, so each of the sides measure 4. So we're going to add it. 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4, 16. Alright, so on our gearboard, listen to what I am saying to you. On your gearboard, 4, this 4. See? 1, 2, 3, 4. Plus this 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Plus this 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Plus this 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Would equal to
16.
Now, if you notice, I count. If you notice that I count this one, when I come back down here, I count it again down. That is what you are going to tell me, right? But you have to count it back. Alright? Okay?
Yes.
Alright. Suppose I gave you a triangle now. Attention on me. So that means you are to stop. What if I gave you a triangle? And each side, 5. Now we're going to use units. Centimeter, feet. Give me another unit. Kilometer. What else? Meter, millimeter. Alright. Gram is for distance? Gram is for what? Okay. So 5 centimeters. Each side measures 5 centimeters. Who can tell me the perimeter of that triangle?
50.
How much?
50.
What did you do to get it?
But you add.
Yes?
You add the 5.
You add the 5 3 times or
Multiply 3 times.
or you could multiply 3 times 5. Alright, so 5 plus 5 plus 5 equal to 15. And we must put back our unit. Centimeter. Alright. Using our rulers now, we have a nice corn garden there. Where's your rulers?
Alright.
Where are your rulers? We're going to measure the corn garden. So who can tell me the length of the corn garden? No, touch the garden here now. No, we're not counting anything. We're measuring the length of the garden. Where should we start on our rulers? Where should we start? At the where? Through the first line. So look at me now. Look at me. There are corn garden here. Everybody looking? The first stroke on your ruler should start. Right, we're doing this part first. Right at the edge up here. So measure it from right here, come right at the end here. So how much you get? You get 11? You get 12? Everybody must get the same thing. No, Darwin is right. But you're not putting it where it's supposed to start. We get 11 on 11.5. So now we want to measure the width now. That is the one that is going down. How much again? How much again? 8. Very good. 8. Now, what shape is the garden? What shape is the garden? What shape is the a rectangle. Oh, it must be a square. Square have all 4 sides equal. So 11.5 total distance? What is the perimeter of it?
19.
I want you to come and do something. What are the properties of a rectangle? Opposite sides are? Opposite sides are what, children? If up here some measure 11.5, but down here some measure? If over here some measure 8, but over here some measure 8. So opposite sides are what? So, how can we find out the total distance around the shape? I want somebody to come my way. says solve the problems below using your knowledge of perimeter. Read number 1.
Wow.
opposite sides are equal. So what would be the perimeter?
20.
No.
15.
Come work it out. Let's watch Darwin work it out. True. Let's watch Darwin work it out. Alright, 30 centimeters. And we got that 10. The last 10. By adding the 2 sides. Alright, so we need to read to understand. Very good. Alright, so you can work your paper. Work the paper.
We're going through the analysis of the data that you have collected last week. The first areas of materials that were used. Can you tell me where you got them? Were they handmade? What can you tell me about them?
They were ready-made.
They were already made?
Yes, I got them from the principal a couple of years ago. Their rulers, they were responsible for bringing. Materials are printed from the internet. They worksheets.
They were what?
Printed from the internet.
So you just went and download
Yes, what I wanted.
the activities?
Yes. Fitted the lesson. That fitted the lesson.
Okay. So is there a website?
Yes. There is. It is on the worksheet that you will get a copy of.
Okay.
Yes.
The lesson was activity based. How do you, from my perspective, how do you view it? In retrospect, how do you see that lesson?
The lesson was not bad. It was a little bit long. I did not get to bring out everything that I wanted. I also had a group that was doing what they wanted to do.
Were all the objectives of your lesson met?
No, not really. They weren't met because I spent too much time on the discussion area and allowing them to explore took a little longer than I was expecting.
Were there any weaknesses to your lesson from your perspective?
From my perspective, did not have a group engaged as I wanted them to be, even though they had all the manipulatives and everything. They were more doing what they wanted to do, even though the instructions were clearly given.
What can you tell me about this group?
It was all boys, male gender. They are very special. They're coming from the special education unit. And even though I put my tactile things into the lesson, it was not engaging to them as how I wanted it to be.
Oh, from your
My perspective.
from the lesson, but they were using it differently.
Yes, they
Were
were
you using it differently to make their own thing?
Yes. So they were not engaged. They were not listening to the instructions that were given from my end.
How could you have corrected this?
Well, I could have divided the group. Let them join another group so that they all could participate in the activities that were supposed to be done. Yeah.
Can these boys read?
Some of them. Yes. You have one in particular that instruction, when you give him the instruction, he will follow, but to put it on paper is a problem.
Oh, he can't read.
No. Letters, putting letter sounds together is a problem for him.
Okay.
Yes.
Anything else you want to tell me about the lesson that I didn't ask about this morning?
I did not get to do use the environment as I wanted to because of the time constraint. Because I wanted them to do the perimeter of the next line, so but they did not get to do that.
Oh, so this is more, you would say this is more than one lesson?
Yes.
This is more than one lesson. To me, I found activity driven. I particularly enjoy the hangman. I've always heard about it, but it's the first time I'm actually seeing it being used in the classroom.
Okay.
So I've learned something. And I love the fact that you had things for them to manipulate, the manipulatives. It was a good lesson, although you said it wasn't finished. Well done, ma'am, and thank you. This is our last session. Thanks for having me. We have only 5 questions for this part. As I reflect on the lesson, to what extent were students proactively engaged?
They were very much engaged, especially with the manipulatives that were given.
Can you give me a percentage?
Out of the total, about 90% engaged. Yes, engaged. Because even though I had the group that was not following my instructions, they were engaged using the manipulatives.
Yes, they were. What evidence do I have to show that students learn what I intended?
From the worksheets that were given, I marked them, and the evidence showed that about 70%, let me say 80%, fully got the concept of what perimeter is all about using diagrams. However, when it came on to the reading aspect of it, the questions that were given were reading, some of them did not follow exactly what to do. Probably because they did not know the size of the diagram that they should have added. Because one question said one side of a stop sign measures 12 inches, but they added 6 sides instead of 8. So they did not pick out that important information to say that a stop sign has 8 sides. So that was a little bit challenging for me. I think that the concept on a whole, that they got what it was that they were supposed to do.
And your instructional goals were met?
Yes. The instructional goals, they were met.
Did you alter the goals of the instructional plan? Did you alter it?
It was tweaked a little because the reading aspect of it did not come out as much because so much time was spent on getting the concept of perimeter and for them to know the definition per se and using the geoboard. The reading aspect did not come out as much as I wanted it to.
Already said because they took too long to explore.
Yes, it took a little bit of time exploring.
If you had the opportunity to teach this lesson again to the same group of students, what would you do differently?
Get them to read.
So would you have shifted the manipulatives to the last or what?
Instead of me giving them as much time to use the geoboard, probably I could have used the text or a book or something like that more. Instead of allowing them to manipulate only the geoboard at the time.
And
it was wonderful doing your little activity.
Okay.
I hope that you get it.
I hope so too, and thanks very much.
Yeah.
Finish.